Hello, everyone. Welcome. Let me see if I can get this clear. Metaphysical store. Uh, so, what I found very interesting is me and my friend we took mushrooms and cannabis together, and we we ended up started channeling. I started channeling information from Queen Mab, and it was a lot of interesting information, though it was all very jumbled too. So I'm gonna try to reiterate. Actually, I'm gonna channel now that I'm more okay. Like it was a lot of energy, and half the time when I was there, I kept getting confused because the way, like you could see, there would be me, but then there would be other people, but you definitely tell it would be me because I would always say like I'm confused. Everything's 5D is like beyond space time, and it was just funny. I laugh, but I also like took it very seriously too. But I thought it was interesting how I kept getting turned around because there was so much information coming in, and with 5D, I couldn't like everything's light up there, and there really is nothing like the way we perceive time space is they don't have that. They don't have that up there. So it's like, whoa, yeah. Um, so I'm gonna be channeling a few different angels from Source. So if there's any messages from Source, some angel might come through. I'm hearing Archangel Metatron, of course, and the word activation. So we might be doing activation. Move him. Go. Yes. Here we go. Perfect. So yeah, um, getting Gabrielle and Ariane, but let's just jump right into it, and we'll do the channeled activations. From what I'm understanding is, last night when I finally went to bed, my mind was completely blank, and I asked Source, why am I not receiving any messages? And they said because we're downloading them into your subconscious and your consciousness. And when you get up this morning, we want you to go live immediately and start channeling whatever comes through at that moment in time. So, because I guess they basically store the programs or the downloads in my head, and then when as soon as they start typing in, it'll go to like a transcript kind of going down the page. So I'm a little nervous because I've never done this before. I've usually always had like a like think of it like a live connection to it. So it's going to be a little weird for me because it's more of a stored kind of pre-programmed. You know what I'm saying? So here goes nothing. Greetings, humans. I am from planet Luxor. I give you these greetings, and I'm very excited to tell you that we will be working with you. First, let me introduce myself. We are Lyrians. We come from the planet Luxor, and some of us Luxorians, as we sometimes call ourselves, will be assisting your planet with the crystals and projecting activational energy, especially through the clear quartz on your planet. They are the most suitable to retain most, if not all, of the information and activations that will be received by the planet Earth. This is a contract between us, planet Earth, and the collective consciousness, as you refer to, of the Homo sapiens, with permission from the Galactic Confederation of Light. Sometimes people call it many other names, but we know it to be the Council uh, of the Syrians because it is located on Sirius A, I believe. At the check back. Anyway, so with these activations on the planet with the crystals, which will be protecting, a lot of you may experience scientific breakthroughs or spiritual epiphanies. Some people call it spiritual awakenings. We want to work alongside the Galactic Confederation of Light. Though we're not part of the Galactic Confederation of Light, we are, shall we say, neutral. We are not a part of, we sometimes lend our assistance, but we are not a part of. We prefer to stay sovereign. Quantum code 0514508118 space 2518484010. Quantum code 0458123218 01810749647. Quantum code 718465674812 indigo energy. Greetings. I am from the planet Asir, is how you would pronounce it in your language, though it is not the proper name. It's hard to speak the name of our planet in English, for we speak through sounds, like how whales on your planet communicate through sound. We communicate through sounds. So forgive me if our speech is a little rough. We will be working alongside the Andromedans, the Promenians, and Palladians, and the blue people will be working alongside the merfolks, the elementals of water, and connecting with your oceans. Poseidon, with the help of the elemental master, Neptune, we have been given full permission to activate the waters and to give forth, through the power of sound, raising the vibrations of the water. There has been much poison and pollution going poison through the waters, and we hope that to achieve by raising the vibration of the water, we're hoping to activate through your throat to your heart to your stomach. We're hoping to activate your throat, your solar plexus, your heart, solar plexus, and sacral chakra. In doing so, we'll be activating these through the energies of water and sound in order to help in the ascension process for your planet. For now, we give you this activation. Transmission and okay. Where okay, subscribed. Um you could have a message. Wait. Oh, hi, hold on. It says, "Hi, Shell. Good morning. Subscribed. Aw, thank you, Shell." And then it says, "Can I have a message?" You can if I am feeling up to it. Right now, I'm channeling a lot of I think they're like pre-recorded messages that I received last night in my dream, and I couldn't remember. Well, I remember the last part of the dream, but like the most of my night when I was asleep, I didn't remember anything. And while I was still asleep, I was aware of not receiving any messages from the divine. And I asked myself and the divine, like, why am I not getting any messages? Usually my dreams are pretty active, and they were telling me that um, the reason why you're seeing a blank is because we're we've pre-recorded and we're storing downloads and into your subconscious and consciousness. And and I said, well, are there any messages specifically for me? It sounds like these are going to be messages for other people to hear. And that's when I started dreaming about. It was so weird because I'm there was this person in this house. Kind of, I know Claudia sounds familiar. I think that was the name of one of the people that lived in that one of the three colored houses over here. Trying to think. I think that one of their names is Claudia. I don't know. All I know is dreaming about a woman named Claudia, and I don't know Claudia. And she had two sisters, and two. Claudia had also one disabled daughter, and another one also got mental issues for sure. And for some reason, I was serving them with the paper, but I kind of felt like maybe I was seeing this in their eyes of, like, I was seeing this happening through the eyes of the person that was giving the paper. I don't think I was the person. This person was very trickster like, very, um, he just loved being malicious. So he was trying to get under the skin of Claudia, and Claudia was kicking him out, and he said, "Well, oh yeah, um, because I said, oh yeah, well, I have this paper stating that you can't kick me out." And then there was also my friend who my talk. I was talking to what's her face on the phone. Um, who the hell this person was? This could have been a memory of some kind. Just now that I'm thinking about, because I know it's reminding me very much of a memory where I was being kicked out of this foster home without any reasons as to why, and it was like on the spot, straight up. Totally going to be homeless. So I called my caseworker, and I know I was being chased by two people that were also foster children, and I was saying that, oh yeah, basically something about this paper that I had that basically stated that, I don't know. I think I was having a memory of an old memory that I actually almost really forgot. Only thing I remember was running away out of fear because I didn't want to get punched. Wow. Interesting. Maybe, yeah, I think it might have been a memory, but it was just an interesting memory to pop up, and I don't trying to understand what that message is. Anyway, back to the pre-recorded message. So I'm getting Archangel Metatron. Someone let him come through. This is Archangel Metatron coming through right now, and I'm just gonna channel his energy. Good evening. I am Archangel Metatron. It is always a pleasure working with this conduit. The messages I'm about to give are not really good and not really bad. They're just information. So the market is going as according as scheduled, as I had discussed in your when you were recording the messages via Instagram. Yes, the galactic confederation of light is working simultaneously to help bring this energetic 12-sided Merkaba together. Think of the Merkaba going into 12D. That is the Merkaba of the planet. It is naturally the Earth star chakra is of the planet. Excuse me. This vessel's obviously tired. You guys woke me up early to deliver these messages, so deal with it. No, don't get snarky with me. So right now, what I am doing is sending energy to all of you to help activate the 12-sided Merkaba, as well as activate the 12-dimensional Earth Star chakra that is within your ankles. It is like a spear that can in your ankles, on both ankles actually. So I came in here to deliver a message and to help give activations to all of you today. The message that I will tell you I will do after the activations. Sikli ni hakadahi ne khan fuhun si halika rihinda kran si kalkwat sui krihindi khoni atok. Li hakada si hunda kwatye vesin hutuma deka klahiete setea. Rendisi klanda kaka se krinda ka sutu ete yata ka se kanda huateita sutu mati akata sumbat sete indokla akite malahwate se hitosu ati kawu mate kisinda wutamusat wati kinkatu sanda kita wakate se huta Sinkaten wati is wate e kandakade sunu batu asakin undo kin kasatati hit the karata the maway see what they pasandu. That should do it. Will help activate your Merkaba is definitely working with the blue and the white along with the silver colors. This will help activate the Merkaba. You can incorporate any other colors you'd like if you're wanting the Merkaba for healing. I'd recommend Raphael's color, which you've associated with green, or Haniel's for healing love, and so on and so forth. But that should do it. This vessel really has a nice beard. Anyway, sorry, getting distracted by multiple things. Um, where was I? Trying to think. Ah, there we go. There it is. So I've written this ahead of time. Dear mortals, when you speak of angels, you think of humanoid beings covered in light and with wings. We are not always in the shape of that form. We have only taken that form because you can only perceive us as such. In fact, some of us have multiple eyes. We are described to some have bodies of complete fire, some to have be made of parts of metal and elemental fire, or water, earth, and air. We are not in the shape that you have perceived, and some of you mortals will start to perceive us in our true form. It cannot be helped because the veils are thinning, and pretty soon the veil itself will collapse. In doing so, it'll no longer act as a protective barrier for you consciously. This veil is both physical and metaphysical. Physically on the earthly plane, that hides the what you call the magical, mystical fairies and unicorns and stuff. They are here on planet Earth, but also hidden in plain sight. We also speak of the metaphysical, meaning the veils between the spirit world and the earthly plane will eventually collapse. Now, I cannot give you a specified timeline on a specific date and time when it will collapse, but you will start to see more supernatural things starting in 2023, and it'll increase as the years goes on. We'll start to see things that cannot be explained by science, but do not fear these things that you see. Embrace them with love. This is a test for you, humanity. We're trying to see if you can embrace these supernatural things with love instead of with fear. If you cannot, I have nothing I can really say on that matter. This would be between you and what you call God, some call Creator, Source. There have many of you on the planet. Sorry, there are many of you on the planet who have asked for more of what you call magic. And while I have to say, the magic is inside of you. You are quantum beings. And as quantum beings, that is magic. You can manipulate the quantum realm. Though, unfortunately, with the limitations of society and what you believe to be proper and improper, etc., you have made limitations on yourself. Go back to the primal source, back to the land of Adam and Eve, where God created. And they didn't have rules. They only had one rule, which was to not eat the fruit of the tree in the center of the garden. But anything else, they were naked and they didn't have clothes. Yet when they ate from the fruit, that was their initiation process too. It was them willingly and consciously saying, I'm ready for the knowledge and wisdom of God. By doing so, it did open their eyes, and they saw that they were naked. That is because as your awareness grows, as your consciousness awareness grows, you will start to feel more and more naked, which in this case would be more and more vulnerable. And that is a good thing. These vulnerable, take note of the vulnerability when it triggers, when you feel vulnerable or pressured or uncomfortable. And with these, and there are more, of course, but there's too many to count. But with these emotions, just a few of these emotions, you can take why you're feeling uncomfortable or vulnerable. What is the energy that triggered that, and what started the trigger in the first place? Because these are things that you'll need to focus on to heal from. Not heal. I don't want to say heal, but change it from no longer being a trigger. Because you can't really heal yourself. You have to just change. In order to heal yourself, you must change the energy in what you call negative to positive. A lot of you on planet Earth, sorry, what was I saying? A lot of you on planet Earth, we are very proud of what y'all have accomplished. And there are many of you who are understanding that you are quantum beings, and that is, shall we say, very bravo, well done. Sorry, I got a little ahead of myself. I'm so proud of you guys, you mortals. With that, you're understanding that you have complete control. You have authority over the space-time grid. We encourage you to look into the Masters of the Net, to connect to Thoth, Hermes, Thysporn, Mercuriah. We encourage you to connect to Thoth and to visit the Temple of Maat if you are looking to receive activations on how to and meditate in to receive wisdom and knowledge. You're more than welcome to connect to our Atlantean brothers and sisters, or to the Mayans also. They will help you tremendously if you're willing to meditate, go up, connect. You'll be shown the tools and the techniques in order to properly manipulate the space-time grid without disrupting the balance. Thoth has left me information that I will now share to you. Greetings. I am thrice. Hold on. Am I reading this right? Okay. Just want to make sure. Greetings. I am Thoth. Some of you know me from references from the Atlantean time. I was known as Jehuti. And I was just a ordinary human being. With an alien DNA, half and half. But that's not what I am here to discuss. I'm here to discuss techniques and what you can do to start affecting your reality. So, first and foremost, you're going to need to learn how to make nets, wired nets, because these are going to be tools. They don't have to be big nets. They don't. What we mean by wired nets is literally they're going to be made of wire and netting. But in between the knots where the wire is connecting, like this, in between that center here, you're going to glue crystals, or if you can, weave crystals in it, even better. What you're doing with the crystals, the net is the civilization and also the conscious crafting. It's more of bringing what you're wanting to do in your space-time grid. Um, the net is the space and the time. The time goes from left to right, and then space goes up to down. So, with that being said, and that's just in the linear form. Now, technically, in order to make a proper space-time grid, you'd have to make the net in a spherical shell. But we're just going to stick to the two-dimensional flat net for the time being. We'll get to in a later channeled session from this conduit. We don't want to overload the conduit, but we will eventually. I'll be working with them to make another video on this in the future. But so right now we're focusing on the 2D flat space-time grid. Okay, and this is a technique that I would encourage anyone who's wishing to learn about the space-time grid and to manipulate it in a way that best serves themselves, but also for humanity. If you're a healer, you can definitely use this technique to create a space-time grid of healing. And I recommend when you make these nets, you glue healing crystals. And if, say, for example, you are doing sound healing, put the net on top of them, like the circle disc, and the net's inside, and it's like you put it on the center of their back, and it will activate their geometric pattern of life. It's really helpful. We use sound and things that tend to vibrate. So anything like singing bowls, we use that in our craft to help attune and to influence space and time. So anyway, back to the tool. So what you're going to do is take a circular disc. It could be a wired circle. It could be some of you have these plastic circle discs that you use um, for when you put the for your little fabric thingies. That circle dish, you got the fabric, then you put the cover on top, and you're able to sew. So it's like if you need to use one of those, you can definitely sew it into fabric if that's helpful for you, but not necessary. But pretty much, I'm asking the interpreter. This will do. This will do for now. So, just to clarify, this is the circle. This represents the omnipotence. Technically, you would need a spear. Oh. And that's the advanced version. The simplified version, which I think would be safe for now, is the circle. And you're going to take a circle. It could be made out of wires. It doesn't have to be, but it needs to be a circular thing. Then you're going to take wires and do them from the top to the bottom, like so. Once you have those securely fastened, I don't know if you can see what I'm trying to present, then you start from the left to right, or right to left, whichever one you prefer. And it'll look something like this. Okay. Now, when you see the knots here, or these little crosses, you're going to take your crystals. Now, you can thread beaded crystals and utilize these crystals in the so you can use this technique to say you have the crystal, say here, right? You can then wrap it or the wire around the crystal. I mean, wrap the crystal with the wire in a circular motion. That way it goes back on top of this wire that's going down, okay? Now I will have this conduit, Edgar, to make an example. And of course, he'll be using it for healing and stuff, all good stuff. But I will have him make sure he makes one. And when the next time we go live, not when we go live, when he goes live and we talk about the second advanced form of using the advanced tool. It's the same tool but more advanced, meaning it's gonna be in a sphere shape instead of a two-dimensional flat circle disc. Now, it is important to understand that these are tools. You don't necessarily have to utilize them if you do not want to. And but these will help you understand the space-time grid. It'll help you understand hello, Luana. Thoth is talking, and I do see you. I just had to come ask them to let me talk. And so, where he's actually talking about some things with the space-time grid and some Egyptian tools. It's pretty cool. So, definitely watch from the beginning to the end. And if you just participate now, I had a few people um come in, but I was channeling, so I didn't even know they come in. And I see the shell, and then there's the cup of tea with $3 worth of sugar and cookies. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and just if anyone asks for a message, Luana, please to explain to them that we're no longer doing that because, of course, because it's undervaluing my business. So if they want to book a reading, they can at my website. ecreatorfrequency.com. Okay. So I'm gonna let him talk now. As I was saying, the tool that you'll be making, and I'm just gonna reiterate because I do, from what I understand, this is a new person coming in. You're gonna take a metal. Doesn't have to be metal, but it's a metal circular disc. I prefer iron, but you don't necessarily have to use an iron disc. You can use just something very circular, and you're gonna take wires from up to down and do as many as you can, but they must be evenly spaced. And then from left to right, you're taking metal wire from left to right, or if you prefer, right to left. We recommend the right to left technique when you're trying to work with the past, but then from left to right, when you're trying to work with the future and the present moment as well. Now, there is an advanced form to this specific tool that we used, and we tended to use it more in the spherical shape. The circle also represents the Om, or uh, the source, God, omnipotence, as you call it, and it also helps us tap into the space-time grid of the planet Earth. So we eventually will have a session where I will speak through this channeler, Edgar, and we will be doing a discussion on the advanced form and more in-depth details about this tool. I just wanted to introduce this tool. Now, the wires I would suggest to work with is copper, because copper is very good for conducting energy. And if you like to charge at the space-time grid tool, this would be a better choice for you. Now, as I suggested, you can, with the beads, you can take the beads. That's supposed to represent a bead. That's the bead. Say if it's indigo gabbro, right? You're gonna take it and go underneath this wire is the one that's going across, and the wire that's going up and down, that's the one that you also see here. So there's the bead, but it's also wrapping around the wire. That way it'll be part of the net. Now you can choose to glue them on the net, but I would not necessarily recommend it, because the glue might cause interference. Unless if it's all natural glue made from all natural energies, because the space-time grid is also connected to the planet Earth as well. So it has this very organic feel sometimes. So it might not be best to use glue, but find a way to weave the crystals in beaded form around the net, in the net. Now, when we say the net, this net is not going to be a big, huge net. Now, of course, it'll look like a circular disc with a net inside. And if you want to just do it as a copper net without any crystals, that's fine as well. But this is going to help you, quantum beings, as Archangel Metatron has stated, that some of you are definitely discovering how quantum you really are and how you can manipulate the quantum realm. This conduit has gone way beyond what we have expected him to do, and has grown at an alarming rate, knowledge-wise, and understanding energy, though it's not necessarily a bad thing, because he uses it to help people, so we can't complain. Now, of course, the quantum realm could be used to do bad or to do good. So, with the Homo sapiens, or mortals, or humans, we call them humans, and this are not the words of me, but of the Galactic Confederation of Light. They are not really, it's like half and half. Some of them still want you to be a part of the Galactic Confederation of Light, be a part of the council with all the other star people. And there's another part of the council that's like saying that they fear, actually, some of them fear you because of how quantum you guys are. They fear you. Some of them want to still use you for energy, of course. But we actually shut down that faction a long time ago because they started abusing and actually abusing your energy source. So we shut that faction out a long time ago. Yeah. Um, but there are some that still kind of furious because they can see how you could affect, and this is why you like again take the fear as a compliment because it just shows to show that you're powerful beings and you definitely can do a lot of powerful and amazing stuff. Once you fully mastered the use of the quantum realm, you'll be able to create powerful healing for your brethren and for your kin and your species, but also for other people and other planets. So I'm just so excited that you guys are going to be eventually going to be reaching that level, and I'm just so as someone who first discovered it, it's just always exciting when another generation discovers it, and I'm just so excited and proud of you. Says, yes, thank you. Your name is Lu Anna C. Yes, thank you for doing that. Um, Between you and me, he talks about you a lot. I mean, good stuff, good stuff. But don't tell him I said anything. Um, so I would encourage that all of you, please, if you can, if you want to learn how to tap into the quantum realm or the quantum energy, this is gonna you making these nets, and you could make these nets and bury them in the earth for Mother Earth to create quantum portals of energy and with the crystals. So it's a crystal quantum portal, and you can choose to bury them. And I would encourage you to bury these in the earth as well as make them for your friends and for your family. The more that you spread this energy, this is also like a tool within an activation. So you'll activate yourself and you'll start to understand how to manipulate and feel. You'll be feeling the particles. So the lines are merely in which the ball, which is the atomic sphere, the particle is traveling. The wire is just the length in which it travels. Do you understand? And eventually, well, with the spherical form, you'll be able to do this in an omnipotent sort of way. So, um, we're giving you this tool, and it'll train your body and your energy, your mind, to work in the way of the quantum realm. And you'll be able to do quantum healing on a deep, intimate scale. Um, Now I will let my friend Archangel Metatron to continue as he was saying. Thank you, Hermes. I mean, Thoth. I will not forget to tell them. I will. Back to what I was saying. So yeah, bravo. We're definitely excited. Okay. Da, da, da. So I'm just trying to find where I was at. Bravo. Okay. Yes. You are definitely becoming. Those of you. Sorry. Okay. Back to what I was saying. For those of you, we have seen a lot of you call in a lot more than what was required, like this vessel. And we have noticed that 20 how do I want to say this? About think of the earth and it's about like a small portion. And that small portion is there's our souls that don't come from this planet, but they come from higher realms. They go up and down. Uh this percentage, I want to say 25%, which isn't a whole lot on the planet. Oh, this would probably be like 10, maybe 5% of the population, which is just enough. These beings, I want to say 5%. 5% of the population are calling in more than what is required for the Earth to reach 5D and 6D. It's not that we're not in it, but on a conscious level, not all of the planet on the Homo sapien level, the thoughts, are not completely 5D. The planet is 5D, but you, as in the human consciousness, is not all the way there yet. Because with the 5D, we don't have time and space. There is none. It's not. So that's we can manifest things very instantaneously because we don't let the space and time limit us from the space and time for you is making it limiting for you to manifest things in the now. That's why it's so difficult. So when you manifest or when you try to do affirmations or a law of attraction as you call it, trying to materialize something, do it as though you already have it now. And that is something that a lot of humans are mortals, as we call them, my kind call you, we something that's still we're trying to get you to understand because there technically is no space and time. The higher you go, the more obsolete it becomes, the more you just become energy. So, and we also want to say, and that's in the second part of the book. I don't want to get ahead of myself. So, anyway, as we're saying, we are happy that these mortals are channeling more higher and more powerful energetic vibrations on a very powerful, like they're definitely powerful conduits, and it's really helping with the ascended process and the ascended masters' plans of what they hope to achieve. It's like this plan is blueprint. The being known as Saraswati, if I'm saying its name right, Kali Das, Kalimas, Krishna and Shiva, Vishnu, and the Brahma of this universe, their energies are going to be closely related within the next coming years. We're going to start seeing energies related to it. Destruction and rebirth, creation. There's a lot of changes going on. And it's going to bring forth the energies of Saraswati, which is creativity, and Krishna, for sure. And then there's also the warrior goddess energy too. So you'll definitely feel a lot more protective and a lot more safe and secure. Insecure, not insecure. Right now, as we're talking, I am creating an energy sphere that's drawing in and out all of the toxins, all of the negative energy for the conduit and also for the people here. So if you feel a pulling sensation, that is perfectly normal. I am making a sphere that is sucking up all of the energy, the negative juju, as you call it, and transmuting it all into pure white light, which is the absence of all energy color wise. Then using the gray for negative green, and the white light together. There. Okay. 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 Now back to the rest of the message. As I'm doing multitasking. Now for planet Earth, Mother Earth has decided that she has decided on several methods. The she's let me try to simplify because she's all over the place with this. She has decided to get rid of some corrupted people, parasites, as she calls them, on her planet. And how she's going to do that is going to be through natural disasters. She's also explaining this is where it gets kind of confusing because she then also leads to why it's natural to have these natural disasters. So, which it is a part of the cycle of her rebirth and her resurrection. And she's saying that's not a right you can ignore. You will always experience death and rebirth, life and death. You mortals, you humans, you are known as Homo sapiens. You are a part of me, and I am a part of you. For you were made from my flesh, bone of my bone, blood of my blood, water of thy water. All the components that you are also a part of me. Just as you go through the cycle of life and death, rebirth and renewal, I too must go through the cycle of rebirth and renewal. That is what these natural disasters will help me do. I am changing my body, my blood, which is the water you drink. My soul is changing and evolving. Thanks to the assistance of you, planet people who live on me, you, my children, you, my family. So, yes, there will be volcanoes erupting. There will be changes within the earth where it'll split and break apart. There will be changes to where current shall shift. And typhoon, hurricanes, tsunamis will hit. That is a given. This is all part of my rebirth and my renewal. You cannot deny me this, and you never can and never will. There will be those of you on the planet who will try to resist the natural disasters that are coming, will try to resist, but they will be knocked down. They will suffer the most, and if most likely perish. It is always best to go with the tides and the changing of the seasons. In doing so, you'll cause less pain for yourself. I will be guiding my people, as you've called it, the voice of the Lord, as at times, or the voice of your gods and your goddesses. And I will be guiding you through dreams and visions on where to go, where it is safe. I'll be working with your souls to see if some of you wish to experience this rebirth and renewal alongside me, or wish to leave the planet, or if you decide to resist on a soul level, I will be making a list of who wants to leave, who is resisting, and who wants to me help me with this rebirth and renewal, and those who want to just experience alongside me the rebirth and renewal. Those that want to just experience and to help me with this rebirth and renewal will greatly be rewarded and be loved, and you're more than welcome to stay on planet Earth. If ye does not want to experience or is resistant, and usually that's the corrupted people, to this change, they will perish and they will leave. The ones that are just wanting to leave because they want to leave, I will give them ample time to leave before the natural disasters happen. And we have actually already started this process, but I'm making it more known now to the public that I am going through a rebirth and renewal. When this is done and this is over, there will be even more fertile lands for you to grow and to thrive upon. They'll be twice as much. Though it will not be the same formations, when you think twice as much, don't think of it as twice the land mass. So I do want to say it's not going to be twice as much as you think. So that is all that I have to say, and I congratulate all the souls for taking the initiative and the time to hear my call and answer my call for those of you who come from other star systems. And I want to thank the people that are actually my family, that grew from me, that are of me. You call them Homo sapiens, you call them birds, you call them animals, you call them plants. I want to thank all of you for helping me get this far. And I'm grateful for all that you've done for me. And I can hope to continue to work alongside you. Blessed be, dear family. Now that it's ready, setting it back, purify all is negative green to project it to all the cells, to all the atoms, the neutrons, the protons, and the electrons, of the hairs, the muscles, the fibers, the fabrics of being, the organs, everything. Then, using the negative green to then amplify the white light energy. Okay. Go at all the cells everywhere, particles of energy. Then taking a gold light and using the negative green through the white light, so gold, silver, and pink. Bring out a healing effect. And then also next, transformation, sending butterfly energy to transform our lives to a higher state of vibration, state of being. Then doing it into the life of space and throughout time, space and time. And reinforcing it through the four elements: air, water, earth, and fire, through the dark and light, positive and negative, of the universe. And then Okay. Now, I'm going to return the vessel back to the body. I can see there are a lot of questions from the creator, which I'm assuming is this conduit. So I will let Edgar return to his body. This is Archangel Metatron. Messages from Archangel Metatron, Thoth, and Mother Earth in the Galactic Confederation of Light. We will resume our transmission once Edgar has answered the questions, as long as they are in alignment with with what we're doing today. We definitely don't want him to start doing readings because these messages are needing to be spoken and they're information that the planet Earth needs to hear. So, okay. Okay, yes. They definitely kept seeing a lot of can I ask a question? So they wanted me to see what's up and to see what questions sift through the questions. So you can say your questions now. Just to kind of clarify what I'm doing, I am channeling a lot of different messages. Some of them are pre-recorded. Some of them are live channeled. Oh, okay. Sorry, Artie, but I'm not doing personal questions unless they're questions dealing with the planet Earth, the Galactic Confederation of Light. If you have any questions for Thoth or Archangel Metatron, I just got information that Archangel Michael will come through in a bit. So if you have any questions for Archangel Michael, um, we're just doing and the Galactic Confederation of Light. We're not doing any personal questions. And I'm no longer I like I've said before in the last live stream, I believe it was the last live stream, I said I'm not doing readings on this channel anymore. If you want to book a session in the future, you can. So yeah, I'm not doing any personal questions. And I don't want to. I'm not going to do that question. I know you said, "What do you see for me?" in at this time. This time, I'm not doing any questions like that. Um, I'm personally not doing any more readings on this channel. I'm focusing on the esoteric knowledge and the occult, doing channeled messages, and eventually I will be getting sound healing items, and I'll be doing activations for sound healing as well. Um, so yes, unfortunately, are there any other questions? Like, do you have any questions as far as asking Michael about the what to expect for humanity or something? Um, Luana C, do you have any questions for the Galactic Confederation of Light or Archangel Metatron, Commander Ashtar, Michael, or Thoth? Do you have any questions for any deities? Channeled message. I am confused. Okay, I'm okay. I'm not doing any personal channeled messages, but if you have any questions about for humanity and or like what should we like for example, what should we expect in the near future for humanity? I yes, I am going to be channeling Archangel Michael soon because he is next and like line that can feel his presence. So yeah, so actually, real quick before I even get into it, I call upon Archangel Michael, Raphael, and Archangel Raphael, sorry, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Raguel, Archangel Metatron, and Archangel Xenophon with Archangel Gabriel. To create a Merkaba, and a space where we're communing with spirit, source, protected, and giving forth knowledge and wisdom. There we go. Yes. So, Lou, honestly, should I continue with the channeled messages? No questions, really. Loving the messages coming through you. Through. Thank you. Sorry. Okay. Well, I'm seeing as there's no any particular questions from the from for them on though they don't want to. It's not that they don't want to answer. They're just saying it's not what they need to give their messages for the planet and for humanity. So that's why they're not taking any questions like that. And of course, I'm not doing readings on this channel anymore. I might later, but right now I want to focus on giving you knowledge. I've noticed that when I would do readings, I didn't leave enough energy for me to do any videos related to the occult or to the esoteric knowledge or herbal practices, um, things like that. And I really want my channel is really based for just helping to bring uh, an open mind to people and opening them up to the esoteric and to the occult and not really fear it, you know. So I'm more of like trying to give information. So maybe in the future, yeah, but right now I'm going to focus on the occult and I'm going to be doing energy work, but not as often. I'm probably going to start getting more into the energy work as soon as I get some singing bowls, and that's actually a Christmas wish. So if anyone wants to send me a used singing bowl that you don't use, you're more than welcome to. Just on the side note, you want to send me a Christmas present, that'd be awesome. I love to. I've never received fan mail before, but I would totally accept fan mail for sure and give a shout out to that person. So yeah. And they most likely would get a discount from my store. So, yeah, they probably will get a discount from my store for sure. Uh, anyway, so smelling a lot of fire and burning energy. Okay, so sorry, so this is going to be an energy working with Archangel Michael, so Raphael, and there's Haniel and Raphael. Neon Shaikranil Sheum Shakre Shroot Paniahai Nusuit is Najalaya Shindin Vein Shadon Shene Shaudu Shani Surbekachner echandasea nebeleot sauto shaumane suyon Good evening. I am Archangel Michael. The energy work that we just did, we used the combinations of sounds and tones to create this activation to affect your cellular and atomic level of resonance. So that way, this energy work was supposed to is going to uh, purify. We use the blue flame, which is the most powerful flame that me and Archangel Seraphiel, he sits with Cassio outside the pearly gates of heaven, so and you know how they mention in the Bible how this angel took a rock and fire and touched the lips of the I believe that believe that was a prophet. Whatever, regardless, he touched him with the coal. That was the angel Raphael mentioned in the Bible. With this flame, it's going to remove all parasites, not just energy parasites, but also energy vampires and energetic serpents that may be poisoning you. Just think of all the bad energy mojo is going to be released, purified, burned up, and this flame is going to stay within you unless you reject it. So this will continuously protect you from energy vampires and energetic parasites and leeches and energetic spiritual serpents, as you call them. So this will protect you from that bad energy. Now, if you refuse this energy work, that's perfectly fine. It's up to you whether or not you receive it or not. But with that being said, I will take my leave now. Thank you. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for coming through. Are there any more questions at this time? It's so interesting because right now I'm feeling like a pulling sensation of like things are being pulled out of me for some reason. So it's very interesting. Are there any questions at this time? Any more questions? Just double checking. Nope. Okay. I am going to head off this live stream. I will be back, but I won't be on this live stream. I'll be on Instagram. And if you don't have me on Instagram, you can add me on Instagram. Okay. And if you want to follow my page on Instagram, you're more than welcome to. I do a lot of esoteric occult stuff on there as well. So do not hesitate to jump on. With that being said, excuse me, I have to now get breakfast. I like literally, I was saying in the beginning, I was getting my mind was blank and I was not seeing any information. And I asked like, oh, why am I not seeing anything? You know, and they were telling me, oh, that's because we're putting downloads in your head. And they told me that I had to, before I even ate, like I had to like when I wake up. They said when you wake up, get on live because we got some messages to give, and I'm like, about breakfast. they're like, forget breakfast. No, I'm playing. I'm just joking. You know. Anyway, on a serious note, they told me to get on live right up after I wake up. So I haven't even did the dream recording yet. So yes. With that being said, I'm gonna head off this live. I'll see you guys in a few hours. I want to just kind of eat some breakfast, and now that they've gotten all this out of the way, I can finally eat some breakfast. See you guys in a bit. Much love, guys. Kisses.